All right, everybody. Hello. We are back. The big three, the big three, the big three. And Tiffany had a birthday, and so did Bradley Miller. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Tiff, how
I
was the
would say how old you were, but child, that's so rude to
well,
ask a woman her
Right.
age.
I am not,
Tiffany, she
not
provided her age. She put you like with pride.
okay. That is all secretive and whatnot. It's 45, and I'm very proud to be
Yeah.
45. Okay.
And happy birthday, Bradley. That's my niece's birthday. For you and your twin. That's March
You're
31st.
Aries.
Is my
Yeah.
niece's birthday. Kayla Hearn, happy birthday to you. So she just also had a birthday. And so yeah, Tiff, so what is your birthday wish?
I'm not gonna say that out loud, but you could put two and two
Ooh, it's a
together.
secret?
When you are trying to manifest something,
You're right. You're right.
shall not speak it out loud. So I've only
Mm-hmm.
told two people, my husband and my daughter, what I would like. I mean, y'all can put
Yeah.
two and two together, figure it out, but I will not be saying it on here. I just know that.
Girl,
But
you trying to get pregnant? You want another baby?
no, when I wake up that morning and somebody tells me that no person no longer exists, we will be just fine. Okay.
Look,
Oh
I
my
already caught it
God.
when she said I only have one birthday wish, and it's most everybody's wish. It's people's Christmas wish. Okay.
But the thing about Aries, I don't know if y'all know this, but when we manifest something, that shit actually does happen. Okay, so
Stop.
it will be
Listen,
will.
I want every Aries, I want everyone to understand this. That what Tiffany just said is actually a known in the world of astrology. Aries is the first sign. It is the perennial, continuous birth of all. And many people think historically that Jesus was an Aries. The reality is Aries are the master manifestors, and many people, they may not know that, but once they realize it and tap into it, they manifest the fastest, they manifest the most effective, and they are masters at it. So Tiffany, you just really truly shared like a known for those of us who understand astrology. So yeah, whatever you're wishing, just keep putting your whole heart into that shit. Keep putting your best effort into that shit, and that motherfucker will be gone before you motherfucking know it. Brad, let us know your public birthday wish if you can in the chat. And thank you for joining, Cherie Libra. Uh,
Aries.
and the video came up. Well, I can only imagine what video may have come up in Tits, Tats, and all of that. But we are giving you tonight, baby. We are giving you the best we got. It's been quite a week, and I know Kenny, you made a video where you put on your tits and did some shaking and some shimmying and shaking. Honest to
I had
God,
my
like
big wreaths out. You know what I'm saying?
you had to be, to be honest, like yesterday was a really difficult day. Like, I mean, it wasn't difficult in terms of like bad or stressful, but it was a hard day of work for me. It was an early day. Usually my days don't have to start so early. I'm home office, but I literally had to haul freight. So I like lots of freight, like big, like huge freight, like heavy, like major pounds of weight freight. And I had to transport the freight. I had to set up spaces. I had to, do a whole lot of work in what I do with sales. And the day started at like 6:30 and it didn't end because right after the full day of work, traveling, getting home, I had to film my other podcast, what I do in the studio. So it was a very stressful, long ass day. But literally during lunch, I had my phone up. I put the phone up, and then I see these big ass titties, okay, pop out, and I was so mad that I could not make a video. And really hit on the fact that this man has one titty under his arm and the other titty looking directly at me. Everything about this was really, really awful. So, Kenny, you made a video. You put on your titties. Like, take us away, and you start right here.
Child, first of all, when I first saw it, and my question is, I'm not sure of the person who leaked this, but at first I thought it was, AI until I saw it on the Daily Mail. So this was actual, real photos of Kristi Noem's, former recently fired DHS secretary. And her husband, which is interesting enough, he has his breasts all the way out. Now we see why there's alleged, you know, affairs happening with Kristi Noem and Corey, because apparently her husband ain't doing it. And apparently he's playing in her closet while her ass is gone and going on dinner trips and possibly, getting them coochie cobwebs knocked out by Corey. But it's just funny to me looking at these breasts. I think he probably sent these photos to Ken Paxton because only his eyes could keep up with them nipples.
Kenny, oh my God.
Listen. This lady allegedly has been sucking and fucking her senior advisor for years. Okay. Even when she was governor, she was allegedly sleeping with Corey Lewandowski. And this was not a surprise to me.
Wait, so Corey Lewandowski is from North Carolina? I mean, South Dakota?
No, so when he was working on the Trump, he was working with Trump.
Originally used to work for Trump back in 2016.
So they knew there was rumors like 2 or 3 years during the Trump campaign, like 2024, about the fact that these two were sleeping together. And then she hired him to be a senior advisor for the DHS. And he was going everywhere. So remember, there's this whole scandal about the plane and this bed on the plane. And they talked about this in a hearing. And I think I can't remember who it was. It was a Black woman who asked about this. Sydney, your girl, Sydney Kilmer.
Sydney Kilmer Dove. She asked him recently last month during a hearing saying, hey, Washington Journal says that you guys might be sleeping together, and we're still trying to figure out what this person's unofficial role is and why he has so much authority over DHS. What's really going on? What's happening? So she was grilling Kristi Noem.
So that's been a whole thing for a long time. And her purse got stolen. Like, there's been a lot of stuff that has happened with this woman in the 2 years that she was, or year and a half that she was
stolen. The motherfucking blanket truck, the blanket thing,
the 200 million or however much it was to make that ad. Like, there's been a lot of controversy behind her, but no one understood how this woman could potentially be with this man. She's supposed to be a Christian. These are Christian people. They're supposed to be, godly and all this stuff. And then next thing we know, we see this. But what, to your point, Kenny, allegedly the person who leaked this was the woman who was running this service was an immigrant or somebody who was undocumented. And they
the service. So I'm retweeting. So those of you watching, if you're watching on Twitter, wherever you share the link, let's encourage people to join us. So wait, this was like a chat room, and so it was a run. You think by maybe a migrant, and so that person shared it out.
Yes, that is the person that said they were doing this. They had been farming this out to different reporters. The Daily Mail, which is trash, that's like people TMZ. They decided that they were going to take that information, they verified it, and they verified these pictures and got it out. The person that they talked to supposedly was a woman who was upset about the ICE stuff, and said this was payback for Kristi Noem. And they got even Mark Caputo, who works for Axios now. He said he was pitched the same story, but he never got the interview with the person. The Daily Mail was the one who got the interview. So this does not surprise me. This couple is nasty and they're freaks. All these Christian nationalists are freaks like a motherfucker. Okay, they are all sucking and fucking each other, doing. And remember, this is not surprising. Even Clarence Thomas.
They've been together for like 30 years, right?
And stuff. This is what these people do.
So I have a conspiracy theory that I'm gonna bring up. I'm just gonna ask you guys, and I'm asking the audience, just hear me out. I believe Kristi Noem leaked is a part of what got this out, right? So we all saw how the affair became very public at the Senate hearing. And then Kristi Noem gets fired. It was all over the news that her husband, that Byron with the big titties, was going to divorce her, right? The public sentiment is on Byron's side. The community and people in the family have made interviews and put things out there in the media, all in support of Byron, and really portrayed Kristi like a really bad person. So in this divorce, I'm thinking, Kristi very well could be behind these leaks. I mean, what do you think about that? Like, am I like off in left field? I have made a video about it, but I have thought about it.
I think Kristi Noem was going to leak something. I don't think it would have been this in particular, right? If he was cheating or something, this was more of an embarrassment kind of thing, because the fact that this woman is so obsessed with transgender, and on transgender.
Brian. Oh my God, I call this man Byron.
Very premeditated how this came out, okay? So I don't believe that if she was behind it, she that was some mastermind shit. But I don't know.
Kristi Noem is an evil hoe, baby. She's
definitely an evil hoe. But
the reason why she hates transgenders maybe because she's married to one. That's the problem.
Exactly.
She's upset.
Exactly.
Wicked Confections has joined the chat. Everyone out there, super happy that you're here with us. She is feeding the masses with her super mega viral food that is going extinct. Is it going extinct for a good reason? We're losing recipes as Black people. So I'm glad that you're here, friend. Glad that you're here. And again, Cherie's like, yeah, I wouldn't put it past her at all. Well, a lot of people would not have put this past Chili, Rozonda Thomas, who is now MAGA. How do you want your chili? You want it with scallions? You want it with chives? You want it with sour cream? Bitch, you want it with MAGA. I honestly, were you surprised?
No,
not at all.
You guys were not surprised?
No. I mean, nothing surprised me anymore from these celebrities because they've taken a gamble. They think that it's more lucrative to invest in Republicans and Donald Trump than it is to invest in the people who actually gave you and put you on a pedestal and gave you your wealth, gave you your fame, gave you your notoriety. I don't understand what they're trying to do.
Kenny, you've put up listen. I think that Kenny made a super amazing point. I want to punch the point. TLC, Rozonda Thomas, Nick Cannon, Kanye West, any number of Black people that are now sitting here supporting MAGA. The white people didn't fuck with Nick Cannon like that.
None of them do.
Nick Cannon developed his platform because of Black support. White people didn't fuck with TLC like that. They weren't listening to Crazy Sexy Cool. Nope. They got on board with No Scrubs. They got on board with Chasing Waterfalls, but they weren't with you from the beginning. Black people were with you from the jump. We're the ones who built your platforms, and now we're the ones that you're selling out. So I think that was a good point, Kenny. I think that needs to be continuously iterated as more and more coons come up out of the holes that they're hiding in.
But I don't feel bad for them.
You don't feel bad for them?
I don't feel bad for them. I know that right now that everybody's saying they want to return their tickets because they were supposed to do a tour with Salt and Pepper. I think SWV might be involved as well. Of course, it's not just her that's connected to it. There's a whole bunch of people who are connected to this tour that they've been, heavily promoted.
Well, the tour is Salt and Pepper. It's TLC, and then it's In Vogue.
In Vogue, not SWV.
Yeah, In Vogue is it's not SWV. Now, people have said they want SWV to replace TLC, but those are the people on the tour. Now, on the tour, we got Chili has come out as MAGA or has been exposed as MAGA. Then Salt came out with a strong defense of Chili. It seems as though In Vogue has gone in like, we ain't with that shit. It seems like Tion is kind of like, no, I ain't with that shit. But, Tiff, like you are of the TL. You just had a birthday. You just got $5 from Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, friend. Would you have gone to this concert had it not been this exposure? Would you, honest God, like if somebody gave you tickets for your birthday, would you have gone?
If they gave me the tickets for free, I would have gone, but I wasn't paying to go. I mean, I like In Vogue. To me, honestly, the Chili thing doesn't surprise me because to me, the best person that was in TLC is no longer living on this earth. Okay. So after that, I kind of just didn't really care about TLC. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but Chili used to have a reality show. And back in the day,
what Chili wants.
told me a lot about who Chili was at the time. This is way before, this is like 10 years ago, maybe even 12, before MAGA, before there was even a thing. And there was a lot of things in that, just dealing with her son, the way she was going about relationships. A lot of the stuff had very much signals of who this woman is and who she has become. The fact that she was dating the man that she's dating didn't surprise me. The self-hate that she kind of has for herself. The fact that there was posts where she was saying that she's this one is the one that she said that she was not dark skin, or she was caramel.
Did somebody commented chocolate?
She said she is not chocolate. She said, I am not chocolate, I'm caramel.
Like, come on, girl. You must be living in a whole nother world. And I don't know. There's just a lot of things about her that have always rubbed me wrong. I do like T-Boz. I think T-Boz is cool. I've always worried about her and her struggles with sickle cell, and the fact that this woman is supposedly friends with her and co-signing shit that Byron Donalds is saying and all these different people are saying. It just really bothers me. So while I appreciate celebrities, I never was one or never am one to put them on a pedestal, because I feel like they are always going to disappoint us at some point. And Chili was no surprise to me. Nick Cannon was definitely not a surprise. He has said a whole lot of stupid shit over the years. This kind of just encapsulated all the dumbness that could possibly come out of his mouth. And then to do it with Amber Rose, even worse. So we're going to see, like you said, we're going to see more of these people getting a check, coming out the woodworks, because guess what time it is, guys? Midterm time.
Right.
So
that's what Kathy said. They do this. Yeah, Kenny? Oh, wait, what were you gonna say?
All I know is that the chili is cold. And just like, In Vogue said, you're never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. You're never gonna get my goddamn money. You're never gonna get me to buy any of them tickets. Y'all should go ahead and hang that shit up. And it's the fact that she wants to play with our intelligence. They just got to go ahead and cancel it. I know that, the venues and all the other money that was supposed to be put into it, y'all just going to have to wash it, figure it out.
It's a bust.
It's a wrap.
I think that this is something I was going to make a video about, or at least a post, because as Kathy said, this is starting to happen as we get close to elections. The whole entire genocide argument, you are a Democrat, you are complicit in genocide, you did it all. That died out when they fucking defeated Kamala, and now it's come back with a vengeance. Now, instead of it being genocide, it's AIPAC. So they have a plan. They have a playbook they keep bringing up. It's crazy to me that I have seen Democrats arguing online about Hassan Piker and Kathy Welch, Jennifer Welch, whatever the fuck her dumbass shit serial name is, in this past week, more than I'm hearing them argue about gas prices. People, gas prices are $4. $4. A gallon of fucking gas is $4. But you have time to argue about Hassan Piker. A gallon of gas is $4, but you're mad at the DNC and Ken Martin. A gallon of gas is $4, but you want to have the words establishment Democrat in your fucking stupid ass leftist mouth. That's what the fuck you proliferating my social media feeds with, is anger about that shit when gas is $4. This shit is a continuous distraction from the same tired ass playbook that continuously defeats the best candidates that we have. And the fact that people are too fucking stupid to see it has pissed me the fuck off. Gas is $4. Now, we had a great question, Tiff, up here. I do want to go back to our donator, our friend Tracy, and she wanted to know, how do we spotlight cancel local races on this show? Tiffany does that in Maryland continuously. I do it here in Georgia. And we do it on our individual platforms. But if we really, if we have a local race that really appeals to us, let us know, talk to us, let us know. We're happy to kind of share that out. But, have those people from that community watch the damn show too. Because I don't know if Bradley and Advocacy Arena and hold on. If Contessa, they may not want to see that. We got to make sure our people want to see what the fuck we show. This is who we do it for the people.
Facts. Yeah, listen, we will. I mean, listen, tell us who you want to see. I mean, they have the connections. I don't have. Well, I do have some.
But again, contestant the crew gotta say, yeah, we want to see that shit.
Exactly. We need y'all to say what y'all want, because we just come here and talk about what's going on, and there's a lot going on. I mean, I've seen Zach at the airports. Like, this is the stuff that Zach is in the baggage claim talking shit, and I'm like,
I'm talking about multiple videos, by the way.
It was great.
Zach, what you should have did, Zach, because you were in Atlanta, you should have got you a TSA outfit and stood around waiting for Tyler Perry to give you that $1,000 gift card. Because I was tempted to take my ass to Atlanta and pretend to be a TSA worker and get me that $1,000 gift card that was given by Tyler Perry. And I heard that he's giving more than just gift cards. Okay, he's gifting other things. But we won't talk about that here.
If you're talking about breastplates and big titties, the conversation will always involve Tyler Perry. Now, Tiffany, I want you to help me understand this. Okay, because I know that this is a poll that's been I've cited a lot. It was on MSNBC. It comes from Third Way. We don't like Third Way?
I don't mess with Third Way.
Okay, tell me why I should not like Third Way either.
Well, okay, so I feel like we're in a spectrum, right? So we have Third Way, who is like the furthest to the right of like most of like the three. Let's go with the three of us, right?
Okay, so Third Way is more like a conservative Republican centrist movement.
I wouldn't say they're conservative or they would be the Marie Goosecamp, whatever Perez of the little groups out there, right? So these are the people, the Jared Goldens, these are these types of Democrats, right? Okay. They kind of, John Fetterman would fall into the Third Way bucket.
Yeah, John Fetterman now, he falls in that. Yeah, I would say Jared Golden might be more Third Way, right? At least Stefanik.
Yeah, no, she's definitely, at least Stefanik is on the conservative side. I mean, you're talking about Alyssa Slotkin, maybe.
Oh, I meant Alyssa Slotkin. I get them two mixed. They look the same. Both of them like boring and plain. It's for plain Jane, plain Jane.
Yeah, third Way is like I said, more to the further to the right than any of us on this call, right? I just don't like the way they move, because they are also in the camp with the leftists on making the party whiter. Like they are those people, right? They're just two bookends, the way I look at it, and all of us fall in the middle.
Can we give credit to this survey? Like, would this be a valid survey then?
I would say that it
look right to me.
I mean, they do give some information. They did a survey not too long ago, and they talked, and it kind of reflects back on this, right? Because when we use these labels, right, liberal, moderate, progressive, we know the people that claim to be socialists. We know the conservatives are more leaning towards MAGA, right? But these labels mean different things to different people. So if I am looking at this and I'm somebody's asking me, are you liberal, moderate, or progressive? Mm-hmm. To me, I could be either one of these three. It depends on the topic. It depends on
the issue.
Exactly. So
now, Tiffany, because again, Catch My Whiff said the same thing. Give us a breakdown of the topics. Give me where you would be liberal, where you be moderate, where you be progressive.
I would say when it comes on moderate, I would say I would probably fall there on maybe some of the some of the fiscal stuff, like how we spend money, like how we use our money. I would probably fall.
Let's stop giving money to Israel and use that money domestically would be a moderate stance.
I think that actually falls right now. That would fall under the liberal or progressive. I think moderate people would be more willing to spend on, maybe they would be willing to spend more on education than they would necessarily say Medicare for all, right?
But the reality now, but the true reality now, look, you guys are looking at it from a contemporary. You're looking at it from a contemporary, like where we are now lens. The reality is, a true moderate if you're looking at it from the definition of like a moderate liberal or a moderate Democrat, they're not trying. They are more along the lines of America first, but not in the concept of MAGA America first, but spend that money in America, invest in America, keep the money in America, and not go into foreign interference.
Yeah,
they don't want them. So
that's why I think these labels have become so convoluted that people don't really know what they mean. They have taken a life of their own, right? Because
where are you liberal? Where are you like right in like a true liberal?
I'd say that I'm more liberal on like LGBTQ stuff, like that kind of stuff. And you could probably throw me in the progressive category on that, right? It depends on what we're talking about and how we're in what context we're talking about, because liberals and progressives, to me, they kind of are the same people. There really is no different. It's just the name. There's really the name, because the progressive, when I think of a progressive, I think of different people, right? So I'm going to give you people who I think are progressive, right? People don't even think that Jim Clyburn is a progressive. Jim Clyburn is the original progressive, guys. Okay. Maxine Waters is a progressive. Now these labels took form over time, where now the socialists think that they are the progressives. But really and truly, the whole point of being progressive is that you want progress. And it seems like some people are trying to hold us back.
What would you say you are progressive? Like, where would you say I'm a true progressive in healthcare?
I would probably fall more on the moderate stance on healthcare.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? Where do you fall with the three? Like, give me one of each.
I'm none of these. I'm none of these things at all. They've all been gentrified. I'm none of these things. I'm looking for the label that
they've been what, Kenny? These have all been what?
Gentrified. So I don't fall in any of these categories. I'm a Black voter who's registered as a Democrat, and that's where I will stand. And if you look at history and look at how Black people have voted, that should tell you where the fuck I stand. That means I'm standing on the right side of history.
I'm a Black voter, period. That's what I am.
I'm a Democrat. That's what I say.
You didn't make that video. That's
I am a Black.
I have to make that motherfucking
who
video.
Is registered as a Democrat, and I have to be very specific. A Black voter registered as a Democrat. That's enough.
Bitch, I might need to make that video. I'm not a motherfucking none of this shit. I'm a Black voter. Kiss my ass. That's the end of that. Fuck that.
I think we should move from the label part of it, because I think that label stuff really came
There's
to
nuance that has to happen when it comes
Bernie
to policy.
Bernie Sanders was the one who kind of started. We started with where there was like separation before everybody was just Democrats, right? I mean, you knew
people said that in the chat. People have said like, I'm tired of the label. So
I did a video on this a while ago that I talked about the labels, the progressives, what this means, what these people believe, and then what people would consider a radical leftist or a socialist, or people who want to tear down the party and start brand new. There's many dimensions of Democrats, but the labels are getting out of control, and they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything, because my mom, she has gone from moderate to liberal, and on some things she's progressive, because people evolve over time. You're not going to stay the same way. Some people have actually gone the other way, right? You see where people were progressive and then have gone to be conservative. Why? I don't know. But people change over time, and we need to accept that, and we need to accept that the party is a spectrum. Kenny, you a Black person as a Democrat. Zach is a Black person as a Democrat. I am a Democrat. I'm Black, Latina, all of the damn things in between, right? I'm just a mixed ass person. So I'm not gonna label it as one thing. I'm just a motherfucking Democrat, period.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
And it's funny you brought up Bernie. We're talking about how he started all this labeling bullshit, but it's funny that all these labels feed into what? Identity politics that he
They do. And so one thing too, like, again, I'll be the number one person to say I'm sick and tired of I really hate Democrat slander. I really do. And like, you can't criticize the Democrats. Yes, you can criticize when it's appropriate to criticize the Democrats. Criticize the Democrats, but bitch, the motherfuckers ain't been doing shit but winning. since goddamn losing. They lost the goddamn presidency. They lost the goddamn control of the House. And ever since then, they have been continuously winning. Ken Martin and our current slate of DNC officers have done a damn good job of winning election after election after election across the country through the infrastructure and the framework that they have provided. At the state, national, local levels, we have seen success. Here we go. Legislative seats flipped since Trump was elected. Democrats have flipped 30 seats. Republicans have flipped fucking zero. Fucking zero. But yet and still, the Democrat reputation has not improved. What the fuck is going on, y'all?
It's called it's called your best friend, Jennifer Welch. It's the reason, she's the reason why I don't even drink Welch grape juice anymore, because I'm just so sick of it. So you got Jennifer, Hassan Piker. It's the grievance politics of it all. It's the Nina Turners. It's all of them, because all they want to do, and the only way they can get their views and clicks is if they complain. They have to complain every fucking day, but they're not complaining about the things that everyday Americans are complaining about. They're just stirring on
fucking gas. They're not complaining about fucking gas.
They're not even giving Trump the levels of energy that they give, the Democrats. Every fucking day I got to listen to Jennifer West talking about, we need to get rid of Hakeem Jeffrey. He's the problem of the party and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, girl, where was that energy that you had for Taco Tits? Like, why aren't you staying on Taco Tits? Taco Tits is the reason why, we have ICE agents going in to all these different places, fucking up the damn TSA, fucking with your flight, fucking with your ability to actually have safety in your community. They done killed 2 innocent, civilians for no fucking reason in Minneapolis. Why aren't you focusing on the real fucking problem at hand, but you're focused on Democrats, the only party that's pushing back, the only party that is not standing with this foolishness, forcing Republicans to pass that continuous resolution without them. So what do you want? We are the minority. We don't have the fucking vote. What the fuck do you want, Jennifer?
She wants attention, and what she likes is the fact that leftists are paying her show attention, because she is saying and feeding in to white populist grievance. This is what they feed into. You notice that today they were very quiet. All of the people who have complained about Schumer, and I have my complaints about him too.
Were they quiet because of the goddamn spaceship?
The choir,
no, because the Democrats held the line.
Republicans cave, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, it's mute. It's Beyonce's mute. Everybody's quiet."
That's a good point. Let me make it alone. There was quiet. So because again, when Democrats win, they don't have shit to say, so they have to wait to stir the shit back up.
Exactly, because if Democrats would have caved and voted for that 60-day resolution, or if they would have funded ICE, they would have been making videos like no tomorrow. But Democrats actually stood strong. They stayed together. And what happens today? They cave. The Republicans cave, and now they're going to pass the bill that the Democrats have been asking to be passed for the last 3 weeks. But no one understands civics or understands how any of this works. All they fucking do is complain. Hassan literally complains. Jennifer Welch complains. It's just constant. It's grievance. That's all they feed into, because that is what sells to people who are mad about this. And it's not even about gas. They're not even mad about gas anymore. Because like you said, there are real issues that they're mad at the Democratic Party over AIPAC. They're mad at the Democratic Party over a bill that can't even be passed because they don't even have the power to do it. So everything that is happening, they are not complaining about the right things. The SAVE Act is dead. No one's talking about it. Y'all ain't talking about that. Y'all champion sign with a pen, a stroke of a pen, a this, to that. Joe Biden did it. And what happened? You let Donald Trump get back in office, and now the shit is gone. People are going to have to pay double what they're paying now, have to go back and redo their fucking loans. I don't want to hear this shit no more. I'm tired of the complaining about Democrats when you need to be complaining about these Republicans, because they are actually doing foul ass shit that is harmful to the people that are actually here trying to do the work. Though, as they say, the working people are the ones that are going to suffer in this fucking economy.
That are suffering.
But they don't give a damn about no working people. Come on now, these people. Hassan Piker showed up to Cuba, which is fucked up to me. Honestly, I don't know if y'all even went and saw what the fuck happened. So they showed up to Cuba. Cuba is rationing their power. Cuba is rationing their power. There's people literally living in their homes without lights, without water, without food. These motherfuckers stay in this beautiful, lavish fucking hotel. Okay, Hassan walking around here with over $1,000 clothes. They throwing fucking damn concerts, using these people's power that they have, regulatory, consumption, limitations on. And they're over here live streaming, letting people know that, oh, we're going on bus tours. Look how sad this is. While all these people are without lights, without water, we're going to go to our hotel at the end of the night and we're going to have lights. We're going to have Wi-Fi. I'm going to do my stream. And we're going to rub it in these people's faces and make it seem like we really did some shit for you. If you really cared about these people, what you would have done is you would have sent real people who's really willing to go in, set up tents, give out food, not use these people's power that they have a limit on. Why would you go there for a photo op? Why would you try to capitalize off of these people's pain?
Because that's what they do. They co-opt every movement. There is no movement in the last 10 years that they have not co-opt. I mean, Black Lives Matter, they co-opt. The Gaza situation, they co-opt that. They are co-opting Cuba. They will find something. There's always something that they are sticking their freaking hands in and going to cause even more pain for the people that are involved. I mean, what did they accomplish? I'm still trying to figure out what did they accomplish with their Gaza protest. Granted, people have the right to protest, but what did y'all accomplish for these people? What are you going to get accomplished?
They accomplished the building of the damn parking lot that's happening.
Yeah,
they accomplished the seaside resort that's coming. That's what they accomplished. They ensured that the people of Gaza will have no chance of a free and autonomous Palestine because the United States is going to completely back Israel and everything to do without any kind of pushback whatsoever, as we're seeing now in the Great American Distraction War, also known as Operation Epstein Fury. That's what they accomplished.
But you missed one accomplishment. The biggest accomplishment, what they kept telling us during the election, is they wanted to disrupt our comforts. That was their biggest accomplishment. They said they wanted Americans to suffer and pay for our crimes. So they got everything that they wanted. Now we're suffering, but we're suffering so much to where Gaza doesn't even fucking matter. And when I sit here and I tell you this, Americans are not going to show up to the polls in 2026 or 2028 voting about Gaza because Americans want America first because we've been put last. They've literally stripped away our Medicaid. They have cut SNAP benefits. You have 300,000 Black women literally sitting on unemployment that literally had to leave the federal workforce. You have rising
total in the country. So you got 300,000 who've lost their jobs to federal positions that have been cut and grants and things that are a direct result. But an additional byproduct is about 600,000 unemployed Black women. That's where unemployment stands for Black women right now.
Yeah,
Disgusting. Rising unemployment just across the board, not just only in the federal workspace, but rising unemployment. People are losing health care. You're literally looking at increased premiums on people's insurance where they've almost damn near doubled. Like a lot of people are struggling right now just in order to keep the lights on. And you think that we're going to be looking across the ocean at other people trying to save somebody, but we can't even save our motherfucking selves. What do they tell you when you get on an airplane? They say, put the oxygen mask on yourself and then help your neighbor. Right now, the oxygen mask hasn't even fucking deployed, to tell you the damn truth. Yeah, how the hell can I help anybody else?
I mean, Intel laid off 30,000 employees today in an email. They didn't even have the audacity to call them. They just laid these people off in an email, send them an email, say, hey, today's your last day. Like, this is how fucked up shit is. I've been saying since December, we are in a recession. I know that we need to have certain markers, but I can tell you from everything that I've seen, just being in corporate America, people are getting laid off left and right. The unemployment, that what is coming out on Friday, if that shit says that there is positive jobs, they are lying and they've cooked those fucking books, because there are so many people who are getting laid off at this moment. Gas prices are rising. Medical costs are rising. Where are people supposed to get the money Also, with all of the stuff that happened with COVID, a lot of these states do not have unemployment funds because they depleted them during COVID. They have tried to play catch up. States are not bringing in as much revenue as they did before because of Trump's tax bill. Okay, these things all are interconnected, and states are now being responsible for Medicaid costs. They are going to have to be responsible for more of the things. Donald Trump literally said tonight in his speech that we do not have money to help with daycare, which means that that will fall back on the states. So they are not even going to be giving money for Head Start for any of these programs because we have to fund a fucking war, people.
What was said? I didn't watch the speech. I didn't watch the speech. I
didn't watch that shit either.
I damn sure saw those clips, and that one pissed me the hell off because he's like, we don't have money for Medicaid, we don't have money for Medicare. We have to. So what happened to So again, I do believe this, and I have never been an America First person because I find that shit so stupid. Because obviously we are in a big global. It's a global world. There's a lot of things happen. But let me tell you right now. The way that those motherfuckers have led me to actually really truly be an America First kind of person, like we have so much shit fucked up in this country that you cannot even fathom to even think about what is happening elsewhere because there's 99% of our fucking problems is because of this fucking fat bitch.
I mean, it's easy for these progressives to sit here and look at other people overseas rather than looking at their neighbors that's in their fucking face suffering. Because, I can act blind to the suffering that's happening in front of me, but, I can say that I'm doing something and something I can't see. That's crazy to me. I will never fucking understand that.
And we don't care. It's not that we don't care about the rest of the world. It's just that we don't have the mental capacity right now to I can't even look at the news and be like, oh, I feel sorry for Ukraine. I feel sorry for Gazans. I feel sorry for what's happening maybe in Lebanon. Like I cannot in Israel. I mean, these people are getting bombed all over the fucking place. And I just don't have the mental capacity to be like, oh man, I'm really going to dedicate my time.
But just look at it though, Tiff. Just try to rationale it. My neighbor, let's say my neighbor next door is struggling, and I know that they're struggling. But then I know somebody from California who's also struggling. But rather than helping somebody who's in close proximity, I'm going to give all my money to the person in California. It makes absolutely no sense. Why not use my resources to help somebody that I could immediately?
Kenny, you had made a video that was really good about your conspiracy theory involving leftists and the black people. Can you give us like the summary of the theory? Because I thought to myself, this is it. I mean, he really put.
I'm gonna just tell you what I think, and I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just tell you what it is, and this might bite me in the ass later, but I just don't give a fuck.
I think it's true. I don't think it can bite you in the ass because it's the truth.
It's like here's my theory, because I know that right now Hassan Piker is working. Apparently, he's supposed to be bringing Gavin Newsom. There's this rumor that he's gonna have Gavin Newsom on his show, which is very strange to me. Especially with how Hassan Piker operates and how much he says he hates Democrats and this, that, and the other, even with his, criticism of Newsom in the past, right? But interesting enough, I believe that all of them, and I think whether it be progressives, leftists, centrists, wherever the fuck you fall, I believe that all of them have a secret treaty that they about to pack our black ass the fuck up out of here. And the reason why I do believe that is because it's interesting enough that the litmus test is only when it comes to us, only when it comes to the black people, not necessarily all POC, but black candidates, whether it be them gaslighting or dog
what they have to do, they are taking down every black candidate and every black leader they can. One by one, they are going unrelentlessly attacking the black Democrats.
And they're holding us to the most impossible standards. And it's a double standard. They'll sit here and say, well, you take AIPAC money, using Jasmine Crockett as an example, when the whole time Tallarico got literally money from a PAC whose sole donor was Miriam Adelson, a known fucking Zionist who gave $250 million to Trump's campaign. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And when we try to ask you, okay, rationalize this for us. But then they'll sit here and say, well, I voted for this person because only a white man can win. So You're sitting here saying you want to dismantle identity politics and you're not going to vote for Jasmine Crockett because she's black. But yet you, in the same breath, saying that you're voting for James Tallarico because only a white man can win and he can appeal to known racists. He can appeal to disaffected white men. He can appeal to young white voters. Like, you're talking about identity politics in a whole, and you're trying to access us out. You're saying that the black vote doesn't even fucking matter to you because you think it's given. You don't think you have to work for it. But interesting enough, every demographic, you heard how they say, well, how are we going to garner the Latino vote? That's identity politics, isn't it? But they never say, how are we going to get the black vote? Because they think it's given to us. They want our labor, but they don't want our fucking leadership. And that's a fucking problem for me. And they think because we have so much on the line, because we're going to be the ones who's going to be affected most, like we don't motherfucking know, that they can play with it, play in our face, and say, you need to show up any fucking way because you have no other fucking choice. They're trying to grab us by the motherfucking balls. But here's my thing, and I'm not going to sit here and tell Texas what the fuck to do, but this is what has been coming from Texas content creators and actually people in the ground that I actually know who live in Texas saying, hey, look, y'all can't threaten me with a motherfucking named Ken Paxton or John Cornyn because we've been under Republican control already. Okay, you're not can threaten me with some shit that's already there. Either you're going to come and earn my vote, you're going to work for my vote, or you're not going to get this damn vote. I am going to show up to the polls, but I will vote every fucking Democrat and leave one motherfucking blank. Y'all are playing in black people's faces, and y'all are going to fuck around and find out if y'all do not fix what the fuck is going on. Tallarico's team hasn't even reached out to any of the black content creators out there in Texas. Tallarico's team has been avoiding black people, haven't been doing his fucking job, trying to reach out and do black voter outreach. He has not done anything since he won. Nothing. He's been doing a little photo ops with a few people, but those people have not done their due diligence to make sure they're doing a get out the vote effort for black people in Texas. Because they just think
Tallarico hasn't reached out to any of the black people and the black creators.
None of them. Zero.
I know you fucking lying.
Zero.
Listen, I just saw a video on TikTok, and it was a black pastor. He was in San Antonio, and he said he went to a Tallarico. He said there was 5 other black people at this event. His friend told him to come. He went. He said he enjoyed, what Tallarico was saying, but he wanted to ask a question. They never picked him to ask a question. He got on the line to take a picture and said, okay, here's my opportunity to ask him some questions. So he asked them, about what people can do about the black vote and how he's going to plans to win. And Tallarico literally told him, well, if you want to know about what I think, you should go to my website. To my website. God. Okay, go to my website.
A black pass with a whole black ass congregation full of black ass voters, and you fucking say, go to my website. Send
out this video because it's actually insane what he says. And he said at the end, to your exact point, he said at the end, I don't think I'm a vote for him because what he told me was unacceptable. While I agree with most of the other politics that he has, I just feel like he does not want to earn the black vote. And to me, that's unacceptable. So I will write in Jasmine Crockett or I will skip because I am not voting for him unless he does better. And he was very thorough in his video. And I appreciated it because you know what? These white folks need to hear that shit because they think this shit is all fun and games until we get to November and they will see that black vote will not be 90%. It will be 65%. And when it's 65% of people not voting for 65% of the vote, that means that 35% of other people, they've decided to go probably vote for someone else, third party, or they're going to vote for Paxton because he does have not Paxton, Cornyn. If he wins, he does have a good relationship with some of these black conservatives. So what are we doing here? You are taking advantage of a situation where you have an opportunity. He has what, 6 months to go and figure it out, but it has been a month since he has won and he has not gone and done the fucking work. And guess what? People are watching very closely as to what he is doing and they are not seeing the work being done.
And he has done absolutely nothing to try to bridge the divide that has happened, particularly with his toxic ass campaign. They try to put it on Jasmine. We all saw in real time. Even you, Tip, not even from fucking Texas. Literally being attacked by, I call them the Tallaricans, child. That's what I'm gonna call them. being attacked by the Tallaricans, Black content creators in Texas, people who are actually involved in Texas politics. There's a difference. It's more than just making content, but somebody who literally knows from top to fucking bottom who's on the fucking ticket and actually has an established relationship with the candidates and the local representation there, which is crazy to me. That you guys literally allowed. It's just crazy because it could have been so simple with the bullshit that came out from his super PAC, or the PAC that, you know, was ran by his best friend, who he said he has no connections with. It would have been really simple within the same message saying that, you know, even though we don't have anything to do with this, because he put out a message saying, hey, this is not us. This is not our campaign who put this out. But he could have easily denounced it, saying the Democrats shouldn't be spending money, because it's what he said earlier. Democrats shouldn't be spending money attacking other Democrats. It's a waste of time. He could have easily denounced it, but he didn't. He allowed it to go on because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. His ass want to be a motherfucking politician. Well, politically work your ass out of this motherfucking mess. Pull yourself out by your bootstraps. Pull yourself out of this ditch. Figure it out. And that's what Black voters are telling you. Figure that shit out. Figure it out on your own without us.
Listen.
So, yeah. Well, you know, we need to decide. Look, the three of us we need to figure out. Okay, we need to pick a swing state that needs our help, our support, and really do like something for a candidate. We, you know, Georgia.
It won't be Maine.
I know that. That's what I was just thinking. It won't be motherfucking Maine.
It won't be Maine.
We good in Georgia. We good in North Carolina. We are not going to support Maine right now because we don't know who it's going to be. They have not got a person. It could be Janet Mills, but we don't know. But we're not supporting Maine like that. We're not really fucking with Texas. Are we going to really go hard with Sherrod Brown in Ohio? Or are we going to do Alaska?
No, I will go with Michigan. I will go with Michigan because
Michigan's not a swing state though. Is it like that? That's going to be a Democratic seat.
I don't. Not if El Said wins because
that's what I'm saying. So do you want to really endorse? Do you want to really go hard for his? Well, do we know who? I think we need to wait. Like once we know who the whereas I think like the reason why I say Alaska is that we already know who the Democrat will be.
No, that's fine. I mean, I don't have anything. I mean, Alaska's like not really my thing, but I could potentially.
Georgia is a lot. Oh my God! Listen.
Georgia's fine.
Listen, I know people. I know it makes you nervous. Listen, when Georgia becomes a problem or a question, I promise you, I'll be the first to let you know. People, I know Georgia politics better than people who get paid to know Georgia politics. Okay, and both Kenny and Tiffany can tell you, I've never been wrong.
You ain't been wrong about Georgia.
I've never been. When people were sitting here telling me who was going to win, I'm like, they're not going to win. I'm like, motherfuckers don't have a chance in hell. And I would not ever say those things publicly about a Democratic candidate, but I knew there was no hope. And I gave millions of reasons why, and those were all the reasons. John Ossoff has he's going to win Georgia as of today. Now, of course, things change, and I promise you, if things change, I'm going to let you know. And Tanya, I'm not going to give any focus to this race until we have a winner of the primary because I don't see hope. I don't see hope there. I don't see a Democrat being able to be governor. And I'm going to say this definitively, that this is the year that it will be this is the easiest pickup for a Democrat in the United States of America, because the Republican challenges are shit. Burt Jones and Carr are both MAGA. They're not liked. They're not popular. They have problems in the past. You have a millionaire who's now the leader of the fucking race is a last minute billionaire entry who was a Democrat who made money from big money from Planned Parenthood clinics. So he himself is a problematic candidate as a conservative and as a Republican, as a Trumplican. But because the Democrats aren't strong as a slate and have done nothing to build themselves up, they're probably not going to have a chance. So I don't think there's any reason to waste money on the motherfucking governor's race right now. I'm looking at where can we win. I think that we could win Alaska.
I think the polls show that we can win Alaska. The only thing with Alaska is that they do ranked choice voting. So that makes it, that's how Mary Peltola lost her Congress seat before. So I don't know if they do that I'm assuming they do that for the governor, for the Senate too. You know, I don't know. I mean, I like her. She's cool. I could support her, but I will never.
We have a week. Let's take a week, and you guys bring who we want to support, and let's like go hard, do like an effort to fundraise, like a month-long effort or something to just really have and it could be. And guess what? It could be any number of things. You can even pick you can pick any race, really, as far as I'm concerned. And we can go
I could pick a house race. I don't know about Senate. Senate is weird. Like I love the Senate.
Well, that's what we need to flip. We need to flip. But you pick, Tiff. This is your realm. This is your gift. This is your talent. You pick.
I'll make a list. I'll make a list.
My local stuff. I do my local stuff in Georgia. I donate to local, but I definitely let me, Tiff, you tell me what national race that we want to focus on as a big three, and let's have an impact there, and let's focus and get the plus ones out there watching with us behind it. Do we have any other topics, Kenny, that you really want to hit? Because Kenny said he was coming in hot, and we'll be hot next week too.
There's one thing that we did not. Child. I'm not gonna use that name, but Nancy Pelosi, interesting enough, because I've been having a little beef with Nancy for a while. Because there's certain things that she did, certain things that she said. I felt like she was highly disrespectful to Vice President Kamala Harris during her
entire tenure. Is that what you thought? Or is that what that whole was?
No, I didn't thought. That's what I know. I know she was madly disrespectful to Vice President Kamala Harris during her entire tenure as vice president, even to where she disrespected Kamala Harris when they asked her back in 2023. They said, "Do you think that Vice President Kamala Harris should be replaced off the ticket? Do you think she's the best person to be Joe Biden's running mate going for re-election?" She said, "Well, Joe Biden thinks so." Nancy, that wasn't the question. We were asking, what do you think?
That's right.
And it's interesting enough, now she wants to give Kamala Harris her flowers, saying that we were looking at possibly leaving, what she said, about 40 seats. How many seats she said we was going to lose?
13.
13 seats?
14.
And she said that Kamala Harris saved them at the last minute, and she doesn't get the credit that she deserves for saving the Democratic Party. Because Kamala Harris sacrificed herself for this party. She did a selfless thing by putting herself at the top of the ticket, and she did this in less than around 107 days, you guys. Brought back momentum and brought hope where we didn't have
any. Kenny, so what are you saying here? I'm still trying to see what you're trying to say here. Are you saying we forgive her? What the fuck you saying, Kenny?
I don't forgive her shit. I don't forgive nothing. I'm just saying, I'm going to give her this. A little salt, because I know she's salty right now. I'm just going to say this. Nancy, I don't know what you're cooking up. I don't know who you're trying to support in 2028, but let me tell you this. If you think cozying up to Kamala is going to somehow get you back in good graces, it's not. I know that you've done amazing work, and I will never erase the work that you've done. You've done amazing work, not only for my community, but also when it came to getting us affordable health care. But however, I just want you to understand that I'm Black first. And we don't put up with any levels of disrespect when it comes to the vice president over here.
Fuck Nancy, but listen, Kenny, I don't give a damn what she says. She can come out and say that goddamn Kamala Harris made the lame to walk. Okay? And try to motherfucking the beatification and sanctify the woman. But I will never forgive her. Okay, Nancy Pelosi's entire legacy has been absolutely erased in my eyes, because at the moment when America needed her most, at the moment that it counted the most, she faltered and she failed us. She failed us. And she's on the list of the motherfuckers who got Trump in office. Fuck her.
Tiff.
Listen, I have a love-hate relationship with Nancy Pelosi. I
respect her, but I can't stand her.
Yeah, I have to separate the two different things. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, respect. The woman Nancy Pelosi from 2024 and some of the things that she has done even before that. Nancy is an Aries, okay? She says things that bother the shit out of me, right? Because she sometimes says things in the heat and sometimes she has to walk them things back. And I know how that is because she's a March Aries and that's how we are sometimes. We go off into tangents, but it's not a good look for her as a person, a woman, a person from California who has a legacy. And I said this before when we were going through the whole 2024 thing. I said, once you open Pandora's box, you cannot put it back in. And what happened with Joe Biden is that people started to see her in a different light. And now this is where we are. And I think people started seeing it before that. And now, you know, when they asked that question with Jake Tapper, I don't know if it was Jake Tapper, but you know, when they said it, and she didn't give a straight answer, or when she went on Joe in the morning, whatever the hell, Morning Joe, and she fumbled what seemed like the bag with the Joe Biden situation because that allowed more of the people to attack him, right? So she kind of fed into that. And we know that Jill Biden cannot stand Nancy Pelosi at this point for this very reason.
For those reasons, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I like I said, I have a love-hate relation. She was here this week with Westmore was honoring her at the Maryland house. You know, like there's great things that she has done, but I sometimes wish she would just shut it because she's not helping the situation.
Well, okay, here's something you brought up. Thank you so much, Poetic Justice. Thank you. And so you brought up a really good point, Tiff, and I just want to take a moment because this was brought up, I think, on my podcast maybe yesterday, but I want to listen. Someone said the perfect ticket would be, we had two people bring up perfect tickets. What do you think about Gavin Newsom and Westmore?
I think Westmore is going to be, a lot of people say Westmore is going to run. I think that Westmore will be he will be in a contender for vice president for whoever wins the nomination. He is not going to run. I'm just going to tell you that right now. He is not going to run, but he will be in the running for vice president. Whether he takes it, whether he gets picked is a whole different story. Gavin Newsom and
who else can he run with? It will be, we don't think that could be a good ticket.
The person who many people and who he has the best relationship with of all the people that could potentially run is someone that I actually like. Y'all may not like him. I know Zach don't like him. Is Andy Bashir. That would be the person that he has the best relationship with. I'm not saying
that like Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
I'm just saying he's not the person that will be the nominee. I'm saying they have the best relationship of all of the candidates. I think any amount of them, just like it's kind of like with Kamala, you knew when in 2020, we knew that whomever was going to win, which was more than likely going to be Joe Biden, if you had a brain and you used logic and Kamala did not win, once she dropped out, you knew that Kamala was going to be a VP contender and somebody was going to pick her, whether it was going to be Bernie or whether it was going to be Biden, she was going to be the top pick for that role. And I think that's the same thing with Westmore.
Listen, let me now be fair, Tiffany, is that I would rather see a Bashir Moore ticket than a Newsom Moore ticket. Okay, hands down. Okay. Zachary Kirk would be more inclined to vote for Bashir and Moore over Newsom and Moore. So I like that better. So one thing that I learned from the consideration of a Newsom Moore ticket is that having Westmore on the ticket makes the ticket more appealing to me, which is the entire point of a vice presidential candidate. I hate Gavin Newsom. I fucking hate Gavin Newsom. But the opportunity for Westmore to be vice president made me feel better. Now, hearing you say Bashir and Moore, well, guess what? All of a sudden, I don't think that Andy Bashir is so much a piece of a pail of white milk from a dairy cow. Okay? He's a little bit more now. Kenny, it was also mentioned in that conversation a Kamala Harris, John Ossoff ticket. What do we think about that?
That would be actually an amazing ticket, to be honest. I love me some my Senator Boo, quoting Condi. Honestly, that would be a good ticket for the most part. But honestly, I don't know. I would need to see what it looks like because we might have other contenders. You see, the whole thing is a lot of people didn't even know who the hell Kamala was when she ran and Joe during the 2020 primary. A lot of people didn't know who she was. She didn't have big name recognition. She had a lot of viral moments, you know, grilling Bill Barr and Kavanaugh, but a lot of people didn't know who the hell she was. So we'll have to see.
Okay.
There's gonna be 25 motherfuckers running. So
No,
there
it's
might
gonna
be
be a lot of running. It's gonna be a
there
lot
might be a
of
star
people
out
running.
there that would be appealing for her to pick as a VP. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I actually did like Walls. I don't give a fuck. I really did like Tim Walz.
No, I love Tim Walz. It was a dream
Learning
ticket.
about him and his family, the progressive things he was able to do for Minneapolis, I really fucked with that damn ticket. I really liked him the more I got to learn more about him. But we'll see what happens. We'll just see who's gonna be in the running.
No,
see who
yeah,
runs.
we have
I will
time.
tell you this. If y'all think AOC can win this shit, y'all got another damn thing coming. I don't know what the hell is going on. What is happening? She's grown on me. I'll give her that.
She's not running.
She's running for.
I'm just telling you what the internet is talking about. I'm just saying for the people out there, just out there in La La Land. She's grown on me, but she needs a lot more growing. That's all I'm gonna say.
She's going to run for Senate. I promise you. I will bet money on this that she will run for Senate and she will get the Jasmine fucking treatment. Okay. Yep. Because just because you are Latina, you still fall in that category where those leftists will come for your fucking neck because they will say you did this, and this. And
they already coming for her now. I don't know if you saw that. They come
for her all the time. They don't like her though, especially the DSA people. They don't really like her. So she's gonna definitely run for Senate. It makes sense. She has time to build it up. Schumer is probably going to retire. It's time. It's time for him to retire. I've known that man since I was in elementary school. I am 45 years old. It is time for him to go. And this is 2028, guys. This is not right now. He's in there till 2028. But I think it's time to pass the torch because that's what he told Biden to do. And so he needs to take his own motherfucking advice.
And pass it. So again, I think I've said on Threads, there's only two people that I'm supporting Kamala Harris first and foremost, and then JB Pritzker. Those are the two people that I'm willing to support, unless JB fucks up between now and then. He has yet to fuck up. I have seen everybody else fuck up. Mayor Pete's fucked up. Andy Beshear's fucked up. Gavin Newsom's fucked up. Shapiro's fucked up. They've all fucked up. They all had a blank slate when January 2025 rolled around. For those who are watching, you say, what's he talking about? I have watched everybody very closely. I've watched who they platform, who they've been interviewed by, who they've tried to court. I've watched them go after certain kinds of voters in their talking points and in their interviews, and that all those men have fucked up. JB Pritzker has not been on any white supremacist platforms. He has not platformed any white supremacists. He has not said anything that has led me to believe that he's willing to betray the Black community yet. So, and neither, of course, has Vice President Kamala Harris. Those two are the two that I'm looking at. And again, having a strong Westmore, even a Raphael Warnock, or even a John Ossoff as a VP makes someone that I mentioned previously more attractive. So, yes, I could vote for Beshear. I could vote. I don't know if I could vote for Newsom, but I could vote for Beshear.
I wouldn't vote for a Newsom in a primary unless it's called.
No, not in the primary. I'm talking about it's gonna be hard.
He would have to work his ass off to get Bing, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's something about that man in my spirit just tells me something is off, and we need to really hone in. I know there's a lot of pick me ass blacks that love themselves some new. Okay, they on the Newsom plantation, child, but I'm gonna need y'all to really reel in and use that power of discernment to see what the fuck. I don't want the left Donald Trump. I don't want that. Y'all want that. I don't want that. I want structure. I want there to be I don't know what the fuck y'all want, but I can't deal with it. Everything about that man.
I think a lot of people, the thing about people trying to run this early in the process is that people start using, like you said, discernment and start picking people off. They're like, you like I said, you watch the things that they are doing. You see where they're going, what they're saying. Gavin Newsom did that whole tour in South Carolina, and he went to all those, like, if you don't go sit your ass down, there wasn't no black people in them damn crowds. It was very few, you know. So you kind of have, you start picking, and you know how they say it, you like the chaff from the wheat from chaff, whatever. Like you start parsing it out to be like, okay, this person doesn't make sense, that person doesn't make sense, I don't like that person. And we've done this. We've had a primary in 2020 where we had to literally watch for months debates. How many debates do we have? 8 debates, and people slowly started popping off, and you started seeing people rise and fall. Liz Warren, Lord have mercy, Rahm Emanuel can go sit his stupid ass somewhere. He's the third way kind of person. Now he needs to stay his ass over there. He drives me insane with his stupid woke bullshit.
Listen, so Marjorie Taylor Greene is very likely to run in 2028 as a Republican against Raphael Warnock. So I just want to put that. I just want you to be aware of that. I want you to know that, and I want you to know that's what we foresee happening in the state of Georgia. That's what we think she's going.
Is that her rebrand? Is that what she's trying to do?
That's part of her rebrand.
Magaland, and I'm trying to bring y'all with me.
Yep, but she's going to still be a Republican. Make no mistake about it. She's not going to not be a Republican. She's not leaving the party. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not leaving the Republican Party. She's branding herself as the heir apparent to the true America First movement. It's what she's attempting and trying to do. But in no way is it meant to be like no. That's what I think is her strategy and her plan. So with that being said, last thing, this is a good question brought up. Anyone think the Californians would get rid of something? They better figure it out real quick. And they better be fucking careful with Eric Swalwell and his motherfucking horrible history and the awful things that he's been accused of that are just now starting to come to light.
Child, I've been hearing rumors about Eric for years, okay? Eric be swallowing some things.
Say it. Kenny and I too, right? So Kenny and I are in rooms with content creators from Texas. They have known about this man. They have known about the 19-year-old. They've known about the interns. They've known about the people, the things that he's done. When you meet him in person, he's always been skivvy to me. He walked up to me for an interview. My ass walked right the fuck away. So anyone who want to be like Zachary Kirk gives all the interviews to any Democrat out there, bitch, I didn't give one to that motherfucker. No. I've heard too many things about this man, and too many bad things, and I didn't even want him touching me. I just didn't want him touching me because, no. And he may have put out he probably did put out a cease and desist. Send me a cease and desist, motherfucker, because I ain't ceasing nor desisting. Allegedly, all these things are alleged. But again, he can put in the and he had the women sign NDAs. So I think that I've heard that across the board, that all of the alleged victims were all under NDA. So yeah, I'm sure you did do a cease and desist. So unfortunately, they're all going to be on the ballot. So fuck, just praying for the best, because if they get a Democratic governor, they get what the fuck the Democratic Party in that seat deserves. Fuck it, for being stupid.
If Tom Steyer fucking wins, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, because
Tom Steyer. I hate.
How did he make his money, Tiff? What was his? He made money from what? What's his thing?
I thought
did he have like some kind of like cheese or yogurt or some shit?
No. The only thing I know about Tom Steyer is that he stole Kamala's list, and he danced. He did that stupid dance with Juvenile.
With his wife, his ass was shaking ass in South Carolina. Do a big ass fish fry for all these black people.
He was having a ball, and that's the only thing that I remember about Tom Steyer. The list is the main thing. So, but he actually he's gonna try to buy that election because he has the money to do it. He's a billionaire. But this is one last point. Tom Steyer winning will be kind of hilarious to me because of how much we have to hear about up and down, and the billionaires and the good billionaires and the bad billionaires and all. He is what the left is supposed to not like, because he is a billionaire. But they make exceptions for certain billionaires because he's for Medicare.
But here's the question. But isn't he the guy? Okay, so But why not Tom Steyer? I mean, I haven't paid attention to California. That's a California.
I don't like Tom Steyer because he had his head up Bernie's ass the entire
you know, he's like an environment. He seems like a California person. You know, he's all about the environment. You know,
I don't trust a billionaire with that much motherfucking money to where you won't get the bottom row of your mouth fixed. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Why the bottom of his mouth is yellow as my motherfucking sign? That doesn't make any sense to me. Make that money work for you. What you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I think it's good because there are actual people in the race that actually have the qualification to be governor, like Javier Bashir. I mean, there are people in this race that have the qualifications. And they do not.
I think is number like 3 of the Democrats. This is not looking pretty across the board.
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
It's really bad, y'all. Like, I know I looked at it, I was like, ew.
I don't want any.
Who do y'all think that Katie Porter is going to beat up when she loses?
I think Katie Porter is the number 1, like, in the lead.
No, she's not.
It's a two Republicans, and right behind them, I thought it was Katie.
No, it's Tom. It was Tom Steyer, who was
Eric Swalwell and Tom Steyer at the top.
Steyer have been the 2 that have been. Katie Porter is like fake.
Katie has been struggling. Like, she's not at the bottom, like with Butch Ware, but she's down there.
She's on the struggle bus. I think she thought that she was going to get some love with the Liz Warren, endorsement, but really and truly, the thing is, Katie Porter ran for Senate. People don't like her. She has a terrible personality. I mean, come on. This is
Eric Swalwell.
She's Miss Trunchable. Nobody wants Miss Trunchable in office.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be Eric.
It's going to be Eric or Steyer who's going to be at the top, but we'll see who drops out at the bottom. I don't know. There's a lot of people running.
I thought that they said that they locked in, so they're all going to be on the ballot regardless.
They're all going to be on the ballot. I think it's a done deal.
So
well, good luck, California. Good luck. Okay, so all right, y'all. Thank you for joining. We will be here next week, and we'll see you then. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.